If you've ever raised the prices on your art and suddenly felt more resistance from buyers, you're not alone. People hesitate, they ask more questions, they disappear. And it doesn't mean you priced your work wrong. What usually happens is that artists raise prices without changing anything else, and buyers feel that mismatch. Hi, I'm Hallie with Artsy Shark, and today I want to talk about the difference between pricing up and positioning up. It's essential to understand this distinction if you want luxury buyers to feel confident saying yes. Pricing up simply means changing the number. Positioning up means changing the perception your audience has of you and your art. If artists raise prices without adjusting how their work is presented and offered, prospective buyers will feel uncertain. Your work may be absolutely stunning, but the context hasn't changed. And when the price goes up, the buyer's sense of risk goes up too. Buyers don't evaluate prices in isolation. They evaluate them alongside signals they get from you as well. Signals like professionalism, clarity, and confidence. If those signals are mixed, then higher prices feel confusing rather than valid. That's why pricing up often feels uncomfortable for artists themselves. The problem usually isn't the price. It's that the surrounding experience isn't aligned with a higher perceived value. Let's take a look at how this plays out in the art world. Imagine an artist's website that shows dozens and dozens of artworks on one long page. Images vary in quality. Some pieces have prices, others say, "Inquire for details." Older work appears next to newer work. Descriptions are either minimal or missing altogether. Even if the art is strong, the experience feels busy and uncertain. The buyer has to sort, compare, and figure things out. And when someone has to do that much work, they assume they're taking a gamble. Now imagine a different artist. Their website presents a curated group of 15 to 20 works in a distinct, recognizable signature style. Each piece is photographed beautifully, spaced generously, and accompanied by a thoughtful, compelling description. Prices are clearly stated and consistent. There's no urgency language, no discounts, no pressure. Nothing about the artwork itself has changed, but the buyer's role has changed. Instead of asking, "Is this worth it?" they're asking, "Is this right for me?" That shift from comparison to consideration is what we call positioning up. We see the same effect at art fairs. Let's walk this show. One booth is packed edge to edge with artwork. Multiple styles, sizes, and price points compete for attention. There are bins of prints, signs advertising deals, and very little visual breathing room. It's easy to get overwhelmed, so shoppers glance briefly and move on. A few booths away, another artist displays fewer pieces in a gallery-like setting. There is space between works to let each one breathe. The body of work itself is cohesive, and prices are visible but not emphasized. The booth feels calm and intentional, like an upscale store with valuable offerings. Buyers linger longer here. Conversations are slower and more focused. Even if every piece doesn't sell, the work is remembered and with higher perceived value. The difference between these two booth experiences isn't talent. It's restraint, clarity, and confidence. And that matters because luxury and boutique buyers think differently than value-driven shoppers. High-end buyers are not looking for deals or urgency. They're looking for reassurance. When someone spends at a higher level, they want to feel like they're making a thoughtful, well-considered decision. Luxury buyers are risk-averse. They want signals of stability, consistency, and professionalism. Clear pricing, focused presentation, and intentional choices reduce hesitation. And hesitation is what kills higher-end sales. In luxury buyer psychology, abundance creates doubt, while curation builds trust. The fewer decisions a buyer has to make, and the more coherent everything feels, the safer it feels to say yes. At some point, every artist runs into the question, spoken or unspoken, why is your art worth that price? And it's a fair question. Buyers aren't challenging your talent, they're assessing risk, especially at higher price points. People want reassurance that the price reflects the artist's experience and the work's lasting value. What buyers are not asking for is a breakdown of paint costs or hours worked. They're looking for signals that this work comes from experience, consistency, and professionalism. That might show up as years of practice and development, a focused body of work, a clear process that feels intentional rather than rushed or overly experimental. Quality matters too. Archival materials, professional framing, and careful finishing all signal longevity. Serious buyers think long-term, and they want to know what they're buying is built to last. Context plays a role as well, where your work is shown, how it's presented, and whether your pricing is consistent all contribute to perceived value. The strongest answers to the question of price are not defensive. They're calm and factual. When you clearly articulate what goes into your work, buyers feel reassured by this. And when those elements are already visible in how your art is positioned, the question often never comes up at all. So how can you position your portfolio to attract higher-end collectors? Here's what to assess, based on what a buyer encounters first. Are people met with clarity or clutter? Am I showing a focused body of work or asking them to process dozens of options? Do my photos look consistent and professional across the board? Are prices firm and consistent with clear logic, or do they feel flexible and negotiable? Do descriptions help the work feel intentional and collected, or do they feel like an afterthought? Does anything in my presentation feel rushed, apologetic, or overly promotional? Does the overall experience suggest the work will still be valuable tomorrow, whether or not this buyer decides today? Luxury positioning is confident and calm. It signals that you're a professional and that your work is a strong value at the price point. Ultimately, positioning up is not about pretending your work is something it isn't. And it's not about excluding people just for the sake of exclusivity. It's about alignment. When your presentation, pricing, language, and environment all tell the same story, buyers don't need persuasion. The value feels self-evident. That's why successful artists don't convince buyers their work is valuable. They create an experience where that conclusion feels inevitable. If you found this video helpful, consider joining our email list, linked in the description below. Twice a month, we send out newsletters with tons of free content, resources, articles, and videos to help you grow your art business. Or if you're ready for more tips to make more money selling your art right now, you can check out another video from this playlist.